I'm Patrick Watson, I'm an astrologer, and you're watching Big Fat Astro Vlog, and today I'm going to be delivering a monthly horoscope for the month of September 2018 for all Cancer risings out there, not Cancer suns, Cancer risings. So I'm going to do that in 5 minutes. So, first thing you should know is that on September 3rd, this is when Venus enters its pre-retrograde shadow phase. This is essentially the beginning of the run-up to the drama of the Venus retrograde in October and November. So this is the degree at which Venus will eventually station direct at. So when it enters that degree, as it will on September 3rd, this is kind of the whole beginning of that process. So what you should do around this time on September 3rd is kind of look out for the people and the themes which will likely define the coming Venus retrograde period. So if you're with someone, it may be things that happen between you and your partner. If you're single, it may be like people that you meet who end up kind of becoming curiously relevant, new friendships, new social connections, and since it's happening in your 4th house, there'll be people who potentially in your family or people you are connected to through family, such as like friends of the family or things like that. So that's the Venus thing. Let's take a look at September 6th. This is when Saturn stations direct in your chart, in your 7th house. This transit likely has been difficult for you already, since Saturn, says no about things, and it's saying no in the area of your chart that deals with like relationships and partnerships. So this can be a very trying time in general, either feeling lonely or isolated or disconnected from people. But maybe going through like a really hard trial with your partner, especially feelings of distance or separation, coldness, loneliness, that kind of thing. So with Saturn stationing direct, it's kind of saying like, no more of this. So it's kind of move forward past this degrees that when retrograde at. Saturn will be thankfully moving on from those degrees if you had your ascendant or descendant rather in that area of Capricorn. So those are the kinds of things that Saturn kind of represents. And with stationing direct, that's sort of like it's some sort of no or rejection, or it could also be you rejecting someone else, since it's your descendant. So next thing is on September 9th, we see there's a new moon at 17 Virgo, and that is opposite Neptune. So one general theme you may see around this time is appearances can be deceiving. Even things that appear sort of logical or factual can in fact be heavily distorted or biased or based on delusions or fantasy or wishful thinking, etc. Since that is happening across your 3rd house and 9th house, that might have to do with things that you read and talk about with your friends that maybe end up like not being true. So it could be like a false rumor or something like that. Now, what's interesting is that in the days after that lunation, we see Venus and Mars entering the fixed signs. So Venus entering Scorpio, Mars entering Aquarius, Uranus obviously in early Taurus. So it's creating this giant T-square between Venus, Mars, and Uranus. In general, that's a very dynamic and forcefully charged time of potential social severings, social separations, with Venus, Mars square each other. But then with the Venus-Uranus opposition, that suggests sort of unexpected alliances or reversals in how you feel towards someone. But either way, in mid-September, a very kind of tense time for all kinds of social connections and explosive kinds of social connections and separations. Let's see, on September 20th, Mercury will be renewed as it comes into its conjunction with the Sun, the exterior conjunction rather than the retrograde one. And this is happening in your 3rd, so this may be a good time to kind of collect your thoughts, write a diary, kind of get your priorities down on a list, sort of figure out like your own mind, in a sense. And then, let's see, 20 seconds. Okay. And Then there's also a full moon on September 24th, and that's square Saturn. So this will be a very key date for, well, the full moon will be receiving that Saturn on your descendants. So that's another time when that no should be fairly prominent, whatever that is for you in your realm of relationships with Saturn in the 7th. Okay, and I'm out of time. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that if you would like to see these rising sign horoscopes each month, that you will help support me on Patreon. I really appreciate that. You can see my awesome rewards on my page there. And, you can leave a comment. You can share the link with your astrology friends. You can subscribe so you don't miss an episode. There's many cool things you can do. You can like me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm Big Fat Astro on Facebook. I'm P. Watson Astro on Twitter. So that's all I have to say. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.